Joining me now is Salman Rajput. He is running for Congress in Michigan's 12th district. He's running against a legendary political family, a dynasty. Debbie Dingell is the current Dingell in office there, but her husband was in office before her, and then his dad before that. And they've held that seat for 85 years. Salman, on the other hand, is a medical student, and he says he's gonna take it from her. So, welcome, Salman, how you doing?
Hi, Cenk, so great to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, hit me, brother. What's your plan for toppling this, one of the more amazing political dynasties in American history?
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. They have held this seat for 85 years straight. It's something we actually really don't see in American politics almost ever. They're the longest American political dynasty that we've ever heard of. But the plan is that we are going to build a huge grassroots army of young people to go out there and talk to voters. The number one way to get someone to want to vote for a campaign, want to come out for a candidate, is to go out there and talk to them, knock on their door, text them, make a phone call. And we've got 6 universities in our district, and we have so many students who are so excited to go out there and fight for progressive policies and progressive values. We've got the people, they've got the money, but people beats money every time.
Are you still a medical student, Salman?
Yeah, I'm a medical student, but I'm on leave. So don't worry, I'm not trying to take care of patients and learn medicine at the same time as running for Congress.
Fascinating. So you put that on hold to run for Congress.
I did.
Is there anybody else in the primary?
There's someone else in the primary who has announced, but he has not gotten much traction. He doesn't have a website, but technically someone else has declared.
Got you. If you don't have a website, yes, it's hard to get traction. Okay, so how about the district? How blue is it?
Oh, this district is blue. Ann Arbor is one of the liberal bastions of the Midwest. It's home to the University of Michigan. It has tens of thousands of students. We have Ypsilanti, which is right next to Ann Arbor, also very progressive. Then we have Dearborn, which is one of the, which is the biggest Muslim population center in the United States of America. Very progressive place. This is a blue district, and that's why people are so confused as to why Representative Dingell is acting like a moderate Democrat, a corporate Democrat, who makes it sound like we just barely got this district back from Donald Trump in the 2018 midterms. This is not that kind of district. The Democrats always win every time. This is a very progressive district. Bernie Sanders took this district. The establishment candidate in the governor's race lost this district. This is a very progressive district, and we need a progressive representative who will fight for policies that we want in this district.
Salman, what's more blue, the district or your sweater?
This is actually kind of a light blue, so I'm going to say that I'm going to say my district is a lot bluer than this.
Okay, got it. By the way, you mentioned lots of Muslim Americans in the community. Are you Muslim, Salman?
Yep, I'm Muslim American. Yep.
And did that, the immigrant story that your family lived through, did that affect your decision to run for Congress at all?
Well, when I was thinking about why I wanted to run, a lot of things were coming to my mind, and it's pretty crazy to me that in the biggest Muslim population center in the United States of America, we've never had a Muslim congressperson, we've never had a Muslim representative. And then the thing is, it's one thing to represent the biggest Muslim population center in the United States, but if you're not fighting for their issues, then why are you representing them? Unfortunately, Congresswoman Dingell took her name off of a pro-Palestine bill, a bill that would have, a very simple bill that would have simply said, we don't want to provide aid to any entity that is going to harm the human rights of Palestinian children. She put her name on that bill and took it off shortly thereafter, and we think it's because of moneyed interests. So we do need someone who will represent the interests of our district, and our district has many Muslim constituents. So they were very shocked and devastated to hear about Congresswoman Dingell retracting her name from that bill.
Yeah, well, I support treating Palestinians as humans. I'm not sure that that's overly
wild idea.
Yeah. But apparently that is controversial in the United States Congress. Okay, so now I read your platform, so you are very progressive. In fact, are you willing to take the Progressive Economic Pledge?
I will be willing to take it right here, right now. I'm on webcam, so I don't know what I can sign, but I will take it right now. It's pretty much my whole platform is the Progressive Economic Pledge.
All right, that's great. So if you guys aren't aware, it's on tyt.com/pledge. And Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, they've all signed it. And it just is very simple: Medicare for all, Green New Deal, college for all, anti-corruption, higher wages. Now, Solomon, that brings me to your challenge on Dingell, because she is good on some of those issues. She's described as a progressive in the local papers, and she did sign on for Medicare for all. So why primary her?
Great question. So it's actually really funny because when I'm going around and talking to constituents in our district, and I say, yeah, Debbie Dingell calls herself a progressive, everyone's like, oh, she's a progressive? Are you sure? And I'm like, that's what she says. I appreciate that Representative Dingell has put her name on the Medicare for All plan. However, that is essentially the extent of her progressive credentials. She doesn't support a Green New Deal. She doesn't support getting corporate money out of politics. She's taken over $1 million in corporate PAC donations from the villains of the Democratic Party, like ExxonMobil, Goldman Sachs. She doesn't support making college free or eliminating student debt in a district that has 6 universities, over 100,000 enrolled students. And at the same time, she just went on Fox News the other day and was talking about how she hasn't made up her mind yet on impeachment. She supported formalizing the impeachment inquiry, but she hasn't actually decided where she stands on impeachment. So at this point, you ask any progressive, those are pretty staple progressive measures. And for me, when I was thinking about what I care about, what people in this district care about, they care about all of those things. And if she's not going to be a champion on those issues, then someone has to. And if no one else was going to do it, then I said, okay, I'll do it.
Okay, and so, when you see things like being ambivalent on impeachment in a very blue district, it really makes almost no logical sense. So you wonder if there's something else behind it. So I assume, since you just said you were taking the economic pledge, that you don't take corporate PAC money.
No, I absolutely do not take any corporate PAC money. No corporation would want to give me money anyway because of all the policies that I want to go after, and I don't want to take any corporate PAC money anyway.
Right. Now, how about Representative Dingell? Do you know if she takes corporate PAC money and how much she takes?
Yeah, she takes a lot of corporate PAC money. It just essentially keeps rolling on in. Over $1 million in corporate donations since she started her election cycle in 2014. So she takes a lot of money. She takes money from health insurance companies too. That's why many people in our district are concerned about her commitment to Medicare for all, because she's taken tens of thousands of dollars from private health insurance companies. She takes money from fossil fuel companies. She takes money from a variety of other companies, the big banks. She has hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal fossil fuel investments. So she's a 85-year-old political dynasty. They're going to be tied to big money, and that's what she is.
Now I'll ask in my best feigned outrage mainstream media anchor voice. Are you saying that might affect her votes?
It's crazy to think that these big companies aren't giving out money willy-nilly. It certainly affects her ability to champion the issues that people in our district care about. People are begging her to sign on to the Green New Deal. We've had activists host sit-ins for every couple of weeks for months and months and months. And she hasn't taken a strong stand. She hasn't come out in support of the Green New Deal. People ask her point blank, why don't you support the Green New Deal? And she said, and this is on video too, she says, well, I don't want to go ban airplanes. If you have 10 minutes, you can read the 14-page long document that is the Green New Deal. You can even press Control F and search the word airplane, and it is not in there. There's nothing about banning airplanes. That's a Fox News talking point. So you have to wonder, this is a goal, the Green New Deal is a goal that will dramatically change our entire country in order to solve the slow motion catastrophe that is climate change. If fossil fuel companies would have their way, they don't want any part of that. And she's taken a lot of money from fossil fuel companies. So it leaves you to wonder what's going on.
Yeah, no, I think that a lot of voters, the great majority of voters, have no idea how conservative a lot of the Democrats in Congress are. And that's because the mainstream media largely covers it up. And they say, no, everybody's on the same team, as if they all agree. But no, they don't agree. And Yeah, it's because they take the money. I don't think it's that complicated. But I wanted to ask you, what's your campaign slogan?
It's "We're done waiting," actually.
Yeah, I liked it. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When I was thinking about what the political establishment is doing in this country, I mean, essentially during my entire lifetime, I can't really think of anything big that the government has done besides put us in 2 wars and enact Obamacare, which was an awesome step in the right direction. But healthcare remains the biggest issue to our citizens almost 10 years after it was passed. So we're done waiting for these corporate incremental baby step politicians to go out there and fight for the big changes that we need when they're not going to do it. We've asked them for so long, but they've ignored us, and we need to recognize that they're not going to wake up and start caring all of a sudden. So it's up to people, it's up to progressives to go out there and try to take this power back so we can actually enact the policies that our nation needs.
All right, the website's SolomonRajput.com. We'll have the links down below. If you're watching later on YouTube or Facebook, just click on them and check it out. Solomon, I couldn't wait to have you on.
I couldn't wait to be on.
I'm just trying to borrow from your slogan. That's how much I like it. All right, thanks for being on, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Cenk. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.